So we talked about the 3-2-1 rule, and essentially it's a very well-established rule of backup. It applies to anything, to a desktop computer, server, cloud repository, what have you. You have to have at least three copies of your data. Two copies should be on different platforms or media types, and you should keep one at a remote location. And that geolocation aspect of it is critical because you want to be able to recover from some sort of a disaster. If you have a power outage that causes damage to your infrastructure, if you have a hurricane, if you have a tornado, an earthquake, whatever the case may be, you want at least one copy of your data somewhere else. And you also want it on different media types to ensure that you really have the ability to recover from any sort of disaster. And particularly, this is particularly important in the context of archiving because you have to have a backup of your archive. If you don't, you could potentially lose many years worth of data. And Eric, just how closely do people really follow the 3-2-1 rule in backup in general, and how much do they understand it?
I think through solutions like Barracuda and Veeam, and certainly with our data center, we're Cloud Connect partners, so we provide that kind of capability. What we're really talking about is air gapping. Is if you say get ransomware, are your repositories on site protected through air gapping, through network segmentation, through very commonly people will put their Veeam server on the domain. So if you get ransomware, it takes out the Veeam server. Now, there are backups of the metadata, hopefully stored in a repository if the repository doesn't get destroyed. But if the repository gets destroyed, has the backups and the metadata, your Veeam server gets taken out and you don't have an off-site backup, you have no backups. So until people experience that the first time, there's some question about, do we really need an off-site backup from this side, from this model? That we have, it's on separate hardware, or maybe it's a different location inside the facility. But after an event like that, there's no question